Hi, Brittany. This is Dr. McGrory, and I wanted to take a moment to talk to you still asynchronously, which means not in real time, because I'm about to head out the door to class, and you probably don't want me calling you this early in the morning. In fact, you probably are at work or so also. And I don't have time to get into a long conversation, but I think I can assist you this way. And as an online student, I'm sorry, I'm emailing myself there. As an online student, this asynchronous environment, and you're experienced with it, I saw that in your email, is important. And actually, to tell you the truth, you've been a student in one of my online classes before. So let me just take a moment to speak with you this way and to address your concerns. And I think that you'll feel a little more comfortable with everything. I'm glad that you're familiar with the environment. I think at this point it's about getting comfortable with the course, okay? So here's the first thing that I want to talk to you about, and I'm not finger pointing, but I want you to take a moment and make sure you're doing this, okay? When you first emailed me, you were wondering, where does the class meet? Does it meet? That kind of thing, because there was no location specified. And in that moment, when I replied to you, I could tell that you had not checked your Southwest email address, because I had already, I searched your email and to make sure you were on this list, and so you are. And this is really where I explain that to you to help you get started. And this was a couple days before the class started, and I gave you the syllabus and the schedule and the My IT Lab information. And then, of course, once the class officially started, I wanted to reach out to you again. So first of all, I want you to know that you have that information, and including, for example, the syllabus here. So take your time, relax, print that off, sit with it, go through it, and I know you're going to feel a little more comfortable about the class. But I'm going to walk you through it anyway, so, don't worry if you're kind of screaming at the computer. I'm going to address your questions. I really am, and I do understand that you're familiar with this environment. I want to talk to you about the course. Okay, so under content, let me address your next question, because you said your first question was, how do I submit? The second question is, how many assignments are there? And I think the real questions have to do with, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Is that right? I'm not understanding what I need to do. Okay, so this is a student account that I have, so that everything that I'm looking at is going to look exactly the same way you would see it on your computer. And I'm starting out again with the syllabus, because goodness, and we have all kind, you can go through, and I hope you do, go through each one of these pages and kind of read how the course operates. I'm going to go ahead and go to what I was just mentioning, which is the syllabus, that little category, and then I'm going to click the syllabus link. If you read through the course page by page, you will come to this page. Or use the video, rewind, do the steps exactly as I just did. Now I'm going to scroll down. I do encourage you to read the full syllabus, but I'm trying to stay focused to address your questions. And we're saying, what do I need to do? And what I do here is I'm explaining in detail your assignments, okay? So number of attempts, time limits, all that information. And I'm going to talk about the pause ebook cases. These are 20 points. You asked, how many am I supposed to submit? 12 assigned cases, which is 1 per workshop in the book, okay? Your lowest grade is dropped. So in terms of how many, this is where you must submit them into the assignment Dropbox. So as you read through this, I use a highlighter, to focus on those points. You're going to get, I think, some of the information that you're looking for, but it does take, a little bit of focus to sit down, and stress blocks our ability when we're upset and stressed about expectations and what I'm supposed to do. It blocks our ability to digest this information. But I know you can do it because you're an experienced online student. You just got to get your footing. And I get that. I get that you're a smart person. I do. Okay. As we come down here, now you're going to see the points. Now I suspect that you're probably still upset with me as I'm explaining this in the video, and you're saying this is not my question. I want to know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, but what you asked me is how do I submit, and then you asked me how many, and so that addresses those questions. But I'm going to go back. Now, we started under content, and we looked under the table of contents, and we started going through, and we got to the syllabus category. Okay, and there's even some supplemental things, but you can go through that. Now, hopefully at this point, and I have not checked yet today to see who has registered for My IT Lab, but it is important that you register into this My IT Lab because that's your book. That's your book, and that's going to be important in just a moment. All right. If I continue down to Word, there it goes, Word Module 1, I can see what it is I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take a quiz. I'm supposed to complete a simulator in My IT Lab. And I'm supposed to, for the assignment, which is what Dropbox is called now, complete Word Case 1. But I don't understand what specifically I'm supposed to do. In order to understand that, you can click that link. Only then do you see the instructions, but you're getting very detailed instructions. What are the files that I start with? What am I supposed to do? What pages in the book am I supposed to follow? And it's going to go right through that and even tell you the files that you're supposed to submit. These are the files you're supposed to submit. And so here are your starter files that you're going to use. Okay? And then you submit them, of course, by uploading them. Now, the way that this content section is designed, I'm going back to content, is so that you can go to start with table of contents, go through getting started, go to Word Module 1, which is where I start, and just go step by step, and you're going to end up completing the assignments. Okay? It's going to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, it seems that your concern is very specifically targeted at the assignments Dropbox and how many and what am I supposed to do there, okay? So if we want to go directly to that, I'm going to click on Assessment and I'm going to click on Assignments. Now, here's a practice exercise. Notice that I do have it marked as optional. So this is something that our distance ed department includes. It is not something that you have to do. Here's an extra credit. You're probably familiar as a student who's taken classes before with the SET, and that'll come towards the end of the semester, and that's not due for a long time. Your concern, I'm sure, is this January 22nd deadline. What am I supposed to do? And if you're looking at the course in this way, then you may be clicking on these documents and it may be very confusing as to what you're supposed to do. What you have to do instead is actually click on the assignment name. And once again, and perhaps in an easier way, so this may be very beneficial to you, you're going to be able to see all those instructions. So again, here's the starter files, here's the page numbers, I'm telling you exactly what to do and how to go through this, and then they show it a little bit differently. Here's your starter files down here, so you would save these to your desktop and work on them and then submit them. So I'm not reading these instructions to you. I know that you're capable of doing that. When you do, you're going to find, it is really step by step. You just go through and you're going to have everything that you need. Once you get into working on the assignment, I'll probably do another video, perhaps to the whole class, and I might do something like this for the whole class because maybe others have the same question. And I'm going to encourage you to look at the videos that are embedded in the actual text. Your textbook is so powerful. It has so many great, you just have, it's like somebody sitting there with you, walking you through the steps. So as you get your foundation, your kind of footing in the course, you're going to feel more comfortable. I don't think, I know you're going to disagree with me on this, I don't think this is something that the telephone is going to help, because I think when the words are just all out there, it's going to continue to be overwhelming. I hope that this video and the email that I'm sending you is going to be something that you can rewind and play, and something that is going to help you just feel more comfortable as you get started. And once you get through the first chapter, you're going to do just great. So, Brittany, I have confidence in you. I think you're an intelligent person. I know you're going to do just fine. So I hope that this helps. And email me back a follow-up question. I am in class today, and then I do have a meeting after that. So, email is probably going to be the easiest way for us to communicate so that we're not missing each other. And I do check emails outside of office hours, so especially over the weekends and things like that, when you may need assistance, that's when making sure that we're communicating in this way is going to be the best. I do in the syllabus say that I prefer that. I really do. Yes, it is my preference, but more importantly than that, it is the fastest way for you, and it gives you something to reference. And I say fastest because, for example, if you were to email me, I don't know, like Friday at 2 o'clock, I wouldn't be able to get back to you until late Tuesday afternoon. So, email, though, I'll respond much more quickly than that. So this works, and I do think that we're going to be able to successfully resolve things in this way. So let's work on this a little bit longer. If not, yeah, we'll talk on the phone. That's not a problem. But let's see if we can do it this way first. I think we're going to be able to do that. All right. Thank you very much. And again, I do hope that this helps.